When you want to talk to that your particular friend, you think, I don't want to offend him, I don't want to offend her. It should be like that with your spouse. You have to think first before you say it. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're welcome back to our channel. I am Joy Oz. I would like to thank all our subscribers. Thank you so much. And for those of you that have not yet subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button today. And from Facebook, they can tell you to sign in, so it's not a problem. You just sign in, okay? For last week question we answered, we received another 3 questions. So I'll create time to make a new video to answer your questions. So just be patient with us. I'm so excited because this month of June is my birth month and also my wedding anniversary. So I'll be sharing with you a very special topic today: how to make your spouse your best friend. Yes. I think one of the greatest blessings of marriage is when you marry your best friend. It's easy. It makes marriage easy. So I'll be sharing with you my own tips on how I made my husband my best friend. So if you want to make your husband your best friend, put this tip into practice. The number 1 tip is communication. Yes. If you want your husband to be your best friend, you have to learn how to communicate with them. You don't just say it the way it comes out of your mind. You have to know, especially when you're outside, people are watching you. Yes. If people are in your house to visit you, people are watching you. The way you communicate with your spouse is really very important. Even when they've done something wrong, say it to them respectfully. Say it to them respectfully. Don't just say it like, I want to make I want my voice to be heard. No. Learn to communicate respectfully with your spouse. Your children are watching. 80% of the time, the way your marriage is, that's how your children's own will be. You can say, God forbid, but it's the truth. Children learn from what they see, not what you tell them anymore. So learn to communicate with your spouse respectfully. And communication is one very important part in marriage because it's what brings couples together. You see, some men wants to talk. You say, I know my wife will not respond well. I know my husband will not respond well. No. Learn to communicate respectfully with your spouse, okay? With that, you are bringing them closer as your best friend. Another one is appreciation. Yes, appreciation is really very important. If you want them to be your best friend, appreciate the little things they do for you. Even if your wife could thank you, honey. Even if your husband help you throw out the trash, appreciate him. Even when he help you with his children's school or maybe to study with the children, appreciate them. They say when you tell somebody thank you, yeah, you are telling them to do more for you. So learn to say thank you for the little things. Learn to say thank you. Even when he pays the bills, thank you, honey. You think it is right, but a lot of people are not doing it. So when you have that spouse that is doing it, learn to say thank you. Learn to appreciate your wife. When you appreciate somebody, the next time they are doing it with all their mind. Yes. So no matter how they behave to you, learn to appreciate them. Learn to say thank you because it brings the two of you together. The number 3 thing I wrote here, the number 3 thing is learn to encourage your spouse. Yes, encourage your spouse. There's something every woman wants to be in life when they grow up, when they were small. Yes, there's something every man wants to be. Help them to fulfill their purpose. Help them to grow, not only sexually, mentally, and otherwise. Help them. Yes, your wife can say, I want to go back to school. Don't say, school, can you still go back to school? No. Help them fulfill their purpose. Many women, even men, have dropped what they would want to be in life because of marriage and children. It's not too late. Help your wife fulfill it. Help your husband fulfill it. Don't say, you know where we are now, you cannot do it. If you cannot do it where you are now, where you are going might still be difficult for you. Start from somewhere. Encourage your spouse. Be their greatest supporter. As long as it's a good thing they want to do, encourage them. There are so many things I wouldn't have done today if not for my husband. He encouraged me. He's my greatest supporter. He's my greatest encourager. So learn to support your spouse. Learn to encourage them. Lot of women that have made it, or a lot of men that have made it, they have a solid spouse behind them. So learn to encourage your spouse. No matter what they want to be, you might like, can you do it? But encourage them. Let them start it. And when anything you start at times, you are able to finish them. So learn to encourage your spouse. The most important way of making your spouse your best friend is pray together. Yeah. They say family that prays together stays together. Learn to pray together with your spouse. It's really very important. Really very important. Prayer brings peace. Prayer brings unity. Prayer brings solution. Yes. When you pray together with your spouse, there's that thing you people are praying together. Just because you have united, They say one will chase 1,000, two will chase 10,000. Just imagine the difference. Pray together with your spouse. Pray together with them. You'll see the difference. No matter what they are doing, if there are characters you don't like in your wife or in your husband, prayer can change it. Learn to pray together. You as a woman, you will always have your own special time you pray. But as a couple, pray together. Your children are watching you. If you want your children to pray together tomorrow with their kids, with their family, with their wife or husband, you have to set the standard for them. You have to teach them that praying together is important. So start it today. Don't say it's late. Start praying together with your spouse. Prayer brings solution. Prayer brings peace. Anything you don't like in your spouse, you can change it with prayer. So learn to pray together today as a couple is really very important. Yes. The last one is share common goals together, common interests together. Like, what does your spouse like? Let me talk more to the women. What does your husband like? Yes. What does your husband like? What does your wife like? Let me still talk to the men. You can't always say, okay, my husband is going outside. What are those things that are taking him outside? You have to call him to come home. What are those things that he's doing outside? He might be watching football. He might be watching wrestling. He likes to watch it with his friends because he gets that vibe, that you don't give him at home. Learn it. Don't say I don't like football. Like it, oh. If you want to be your husband to be your best friend, like it. I don't used to like football. I don't used to like boxing because my husband, I like it. So we can be at home and just about football from morning to night. Yes. We can talk about boxing from morning to night. What does your spouse like? What do they like? Try as much as possible to encourage them. If you want them to be your best friend, you want two of you to be close, do those things that he does with his friend. Do it. Learn it. Find out. You must know what your husband like. You must know that thing that gives him pleasure. You must know that thing that gives him joy. I'm not saying if he's doing something bad, you should go and be doing it. No. You must know that particular hobby that he likes, like swimming, reading. If your husband loves to read, go and read. If your husband loves news, be listening to news. Yes. Those things are what keeps them at home. Those things are what makes him and his friend gist for a very long time. Why don't you learn it to make your spouse your best friend? Why? So I will encourage you today as a woman. If your husband loves football, go and like football. Start watching football with him. Make your home a bar. When he's watching football, bring drink for you to drink together. Do things like small chops that will keep two of you together. And you are in a way spending time with him. Yes. So try to find out what your spouse like and put them into practice today. Okay? So that will be all for this topic. This month is going to be about family. So send in your questions. Okay, I will answer it as soon as possible. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You'll be the first to know when we have a new video. Okay, thank you so much. I am Joy OZ. Bye for now.